everyone.
Good
Thank you
evening,
again.
Brian.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us for this webinar on SBDC Digital Marketing Training Series. This is our fifth section of a six-part series. And the next section, or the last section, will be held on March 11th. So that's next Thursday. This training series is presented by the New York SBDC at York College in collaboration with the York College Business and Economics Department. SBDC will provide hands-on assistance, training, and counseling to small businesses to launch and grow their digital presence. SBDC will provide additional services. So again, my name is Brian Young, and I am a business advisor with the York College SBDC, Small Business Development Center. Today, you will hear from our presenter about social media done right so that you can save time and save money. If you have any question, please type it into the question box or on your control panel. If you have a working microphone, or if you dial in by phone, raise your hand by clicking on the hand icon on your control panel, and we can unmute you. And tonight's program is being recorded, and it will be available in a few days. I am hoping that you will come away from this webinar ready to get started with promoting your business on social media. Our presenter tonight is Tony Coleman Brown, who has an impressive track record of working with Queens small business owners. Ms. Brown is also experienced in training and capacity building for women and minority businesses. Anyway, that is my part. So Tony will take it away.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for that introduction, Brian. I'm excited to be here tonight. You guys, I have an amazing training prepared for you. Like I said earlier, we're going to be here till about 12 o'clock midnight. So get ready. Brace yourself for it. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So let's just jump right into this presentation so that we could just, get this information and most importantly, implement on it and, take action so you can begin to really grow your businesses on social media and get it done the right way. All right. So I know we're going to have people constantly coming in. I'm going to take a break every now and again so that I can pull people into the presentation, but I know that they'll be here in the background. They'll be able to see. You may not be able to see all of them, but they'll be here in the background, okay? All right. So let's get started with the social media done right. So you can save time and you can save money. And I know that a lot of you want to do that because a lot of you get really, really frustrated when it comes down to social media. And we're going to help you with that headache tonight. And we're going to help you move past it and be able to really perform on social media in a way that's effective and aligned with your business goals. Like Brian said, I'm Tony Coleman Brown, and to many people, they know me as a wife, a mother, an author, a coach, and a friend. I'm also a master lead generator and trainer, and I've hosted hundreds of workshops and I've trained thousands of people all across the globe, really and truly. I'm the founder of the Network for Women in Business. I also worked as a marketing director with Bookspan. I've worked at the Port Authority, the MTA New York City Transit, and also I am a graduate of Howard University as well as City College, where I got a master's in creative writing. I am also a certified professional coach. Now, my why I do all the things that I do is primarily for the loves of my life, my two daughters, Sasha and Taylor. They're the reason why I do everything. So let's get right down to it. You know, when it comes down to social media, guys, most entrepreneurs have some common beliefs about most social media platforms. Some of the things I've heard in the past is people say that it's, you know, it's only good for top of mind awareness. You know, or social media is only good for branding. They'll say social media is only good for increasing exposure of visibility, or it's good for influence. So, what ends up happening with a lot of people is because they think that if you have a big following, that's going to, convert into big sales. But it's not always that way. But that's what a lot of people tend to believe, you know. But what I think about all of these things is that people say these things when what they're doing is not quite working on social media. So tonight we're going to learn about some of the things that don't work, and what we're going to do is convert you to doing those things that do work. So some of the problems that entrepreneurs also have with social media is that they tend to jump into the advertising game, and they spend money on advertising and it turns out to be quite ineffective, or they don't set the budget right and they end up spending too much money, and they don't get the results that they're looking for. Or a lot of times, the algorithms will make incorrect assumptions about what your content is all about, and it tends to suppress it. So a lot of your information don't get out there. Or sometimes you will post things and you will get a lot of likes, but you won't get any sales. And, a lot of people say that, I post on social media and people are quiet, they don't say anything and nothing is happening, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, tonight we're going to solve those problems. We're going to overcome all of your social media posting problems, hopefully all of them. And we're going to get really right down to the source of what the real problem is with social media. All right. So basically, the real problem with social media is that most entrepreneurs really don't have accurate and solid social media plans. Okay. Most of the time, what I found is that if an entrepreneur has a plan on social media, it looks a little bit something like this. They believe that they need to be on every social media platform. So they'll say, oh, I need to build out my social media. I need to be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of this stuff. And then they start posting like crazy. Oh, post here, post there, post here, post there. And then they wait for sales to happen. But instead of sales happening, they end up getting crickets, right? So Melinda wants to know if there's going to be a replay. Absolutely, Melinda, we're recording it. So there's definitely going to be a replay. And we're going to send it out to everybody who registered. All right, so they get crickets. Or if they set social media goals, and many of you probably know this, and this is what happens a lot. And I'll just, for a side story, I was talking to someone earlier and, last week, and they were saying, I want to, do better on my social media. And I said, what's your issue with social media? Is it your social media strategy and plans, or is it implementing on social media? And I said, one of the things that I realized is that if you have a breakdown in one or the other, you're going to end up failing. But most of the time, the breakdown is on the plan side and not on the implementing side. But most of the time, entrepreneurs set goals that look more like implementation than they look like strategies and plans. So basically, when you hire someone to do your social media or run your social media, these are some of the things that you tell them you want them to do. You'll say, these are the goals. I want you to post every day, 3 times a week, or every day, 3 times a day. And then you want them to just start posting like crazy. Or you'll tell them, my goal is to get more followers. I want to get more engagements, and I want to get more likes. But I'm here to tell you that these things right here are not social media goals, and they're not really a social media plan or a strategy. These are tasks. They're things for people to do. That's not a strategy, and that's not a plan. And I also want you to know that a lot of you are chasing likes, but likes don't buy. And here's a story that proves it. There was this girl who had over 2 million followers on Twitter, but she couldn't even sell 36 t-shirts. Now, what went wrong in this case? She had all of the likes, all of the people following her, but likes and followers don't buy, guys. And a lot of times you're chasing the wrong thing. You know, I know people who have less than 2,000 social media fans or 2,000 followers on social media, but yet they make multi-millions of dollars on social media. And you're going to figure out why. You see, at the end of the day, it is my firm belief that as entrepreneurs, all we really want from social is sales or leads. Sales or leads. That's it. That's all we really want from social media. But most of the time, our goals and our plans are misaligned. So we really need to align our social media activities with our business goals. So for example, if your goal is to increase revenue, you need to align your activities with that. If your goal is to have more brand awareness, you need to align your activities with that. If your goal is to have more customer retention and satisfaction, and you really want to engage with your community, then you need to have your goals aligned with that. So social media marketing, your social media marketing plan should really integrate with your business. So for example, if your goal is to sell more tickets to events, you can definitely do that on social. If your goal is to pack out a webinar, you can definitely do that on social as well. If your business goals are to sell products or services or to learn more, you know, social media is a great place for you to begin to get like a lot of business surveys and to learn about your customers. It's a great place to, you know, ask your, you know, to do market research, to ask your customers and your followers, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? Or to give your customers or followers ideas about, you know, like integrate them in your business. If you're creating a new cake and you want to name that cake, right out there, you might want to ask them, hey, what should I name this cake? And get them involved in your business. That is the way to go. You want to tell your brand story on social media. And when you're telling your brand story, what ends up happening is you pique a lot of interest from your potential customers. You can even hire a new employee on social media. You can find your next accountant or your next real estate agent, right, author, on social media. So social media should be about integrating with your business for sure. All right. So one of the things that you want to do when it comes down to starting to post on social media is you want to think about what are some of the things that you did before social media even existed? You know, how did you really get business before all of these social media platforms? Most people used to, get on the phone to close people. Most people used to go to networking events. Most people used to get referrals. A lot of times you would post flyers, you would attend events, you would post ads in newspapers and things like that. But it's almost like newspapers are a thing of the past. I picked up a newspaper the other day. I picked up The Wave to read while I was sitting and waiting for something. And my daughter said, put that down, Ma. You look like an old person taking that newspaper. I'm like, what are you talking about? I want to read the newspaper. So, I mean, it's really like a foreign thing to a lot of young people. But you got to think about what was that process like before social media? And what you want to really do today is reverse engineer that old process and integrate it into the new process of social media. So if your process was before that, in order for you to generate a sale, you needed to really be live with a person on the phone to close the business. And, the way you kind of did that was, through leads, referrals, networking, or posting flyers, attending events, et cetera, advertising in newspapers, magazines. Well, then your process was probably, first you want to get your advertising on, then you might want to get referrals and networking, and then you got people on the phone, and then you close them, right? So you want to take that process and do kind of the same thing on social media. So for example, you might want to post IG stories. And through your IG stories, you may tell people, you know what, DM me for more information, right? And a lot of your IG story responses, well, all of your IG story responses, when people respond, it goes directly into your DM. And then, once you got the lead from your direct messages, right, you go back and forth with the person, then you get their phone number and information, and you end up getting them on the phone, and you end up closing business that way, or you end up getting them on the Zoom and you close business that way. Most businesses are still really closed the exact same way. You just have to reverse engineer the process on social media. So a lot of times, most people are thinking that, I'm just going to get on social media and it's automatically going to turn into cash, but they haven't really figured out what that process would look like for them on social media so they could generate the cash. So maybe at the end of the day for you, it's still a process where you get someone on the phone or get them on a Zoom or whatever it is, but you just have to do that process on social media. So it's the exact same thing, but it's just a different platform, a different mode, a different media for you to do the exact same process, right? So what are some of your social media goals? Are they to generate leads? Are they to build relationships? Are you looking to build curiosity? Or maybe you want to establish authority, and how can you do some of these things on social media? Maybe it's just to drive traffic or build community or provide customer service. At the end of the day, you have to think about your business and think about what it is that you're looking to do. So social media really, in my opinion, is about pushing great content out so you can, so you could pull people out of social media. Now, pulling people out of social media is not necessarily what the algorithms love, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But when you put great information in, you're definitely going to get what you're looking for out of social media. So, you think about, what are your business goals? Is it sales? And, sales is really going to be about driving traffic to your website. And you can definitely do that through social media. One of your goals may be to look busy on social media. And you may be thinking, like, how could looking busy on social media translate to a goal that will help me in my business? But you would be surprised if people see you're busy, like Arthur is a real estate agent. If he's posting on social media, him constantly handing out keys to clients, then you know what? He's creating these great good vibe experiences for people. And if people see him creating these good vibe experiences, then guess what? When it's time for them to buy a home, they want good vibes. They want to work with somebody that gives them a great experience. And if they see him giving great experiences to other people, then that's exactly what is going to attract other people to him. So are there questions? I think somebody raised their hand, but maybe they just raised their hand because they were looking to, you know,
Tony, an example of a good experience. Let's
is,
say,
yeah, you want me to give you one?
yeah. So let's say you pick a scenario. You know, you're on social media. You're Tony, and let's say a couple of us are on, and you are actually demonstrating what you meant by you gave a good experience. So this way we have a visual.
Here it is. So you could be busy with clients, right? So this
Okay.
person right here has, you know, they do hair, divahairbraiding.nyc. And you
Mhm.
see how they have their social media platform and on Instagram set up so that they have the emojis. They say it's by appointment only. They're open 7 days a week, and they have their phone number. But what are they showing? They're showing good experiences,
Okay,
good
gotcha.
vibes, happy customers that are making
Gotcha.
it, you know, like, and I mean, and this could be author's profile, you know, showing his clients homes, you know, like giving them keys to the homes. I've seen so many real estate
Wow,
agents
that's
on social
awesome.
media showing their clients, getting keys, posting videos of their clients walking into their new homes. I
Wow.
mean, that's busy with clients showing a great experience. And
Yes.
so
Okay.
this is how most people today find their hairdresser. They go
Wow.
on Instagram and they look at all of the photos of all of the clients, and then they call and they set an appointment. The same thing with nails. They look at all of the clients, all of the nails, all of the designs, and they call and they set an appointment, right? So that may be one of your goals for social media. You know what? I'm gonna look busy. I'm gonna show all my clients. I'm gonna show people I'm giving good experiences, putting good vibes out there. People are happy, and you know, it actually brings up the vibration of people when they look at it, because the more they look and see great experiences and great client results, the more they're going to want to pick up the phone and call and set an appointment. Also, what you could do is show your work. Now, this girl right here, Kiss Out My Pretty, Miss Whitney Alexander, I love this woman right here. And she can beat a face, okay? And what is she doing here? She's showing her work. She's showing it on herself. She's showing you before and afters. She's showing you some of her clients' work. And how does she have her social media profile set up? She basically is showing you with emojis what she's all about, who is the center of her world. And then she has the link here where, you know, one of the things that you can do is set an appointment with her. And Arthur said he's on all of those platforms, Tony. Impact. I love it. I love it. But yes, show your work. And people love this kind of stuff. You know, it gives them good vibes. It's aspirational. They see it, you know, people love, oh my God, people love a good before and after. So if you can show in any way in your business what things look like before, I don't know, Arthur, if you do home flips or whatever, or if you do staging in homes, and maybe before you showed the home, it looked one way, then after you staged it, it looked another way. Like people love those kinds of things. They're like, oh my
All the
God,
above. So all the above, Tony.
all of the above. Awesome. So people love that kind of stuff. And those are the types of things that's going to get your phone ringing. All right. And then you also want to tell your story. Have you ever gotten caught up in a social media post that told a story, a success story? Like, I mean, this one right here is short, but check out the call to action and how it would prompt you to do something, right? So this person here, she said, after struggling to grow my business, I was able to generate $270,000 in 10 months as a coach and a course creator by simply dialing in one thing: messaging. Without spending hours on social media or tens of thousands of dollars in paid traffic, I was able to generate high quality clients without chasing them and sell out my courses through strategic Facebook posts. Would you like to learn how to nail your messaging so you can stand out amongst your competition and become the go-to choice? You see that call to action, and she showed proof, she intrigued you, and she asked you a question. Very intriguing. Here's another way that you can tell your story. Here's somebody I absolutely love, Danielle Leslie. She is a course creator as well. And look at her post. And I want you to notice some things about it. You know, notice how she includes emojis. Notice how she has it set up so that it's like 2 lines in a sentence, and then 2 lines, 2 lines, 3 lines, 2 lines, 2 lines, 2 lines, 3 lines, so that it's not, you know, like a lot on the eyes. So she says here, in 2019, my online course made $4.7 million. I made millions, and most importantly, I made millionaires. I took my head out of the spreadsheet, traveled more than ever, got married to my dream man, and had a blockbuster year. And I made that amount with just one course. I took the past couple of years to focus on one, and it paid back dividends. Meanwhile, 1 in 6 of my members who launched their online courses quit their full-time jobs because of what they learned in my Course from Scratch program. And 3 people I've coached made their first million from their course sales, right? And, you know, and I've had a few people now tell me, just don't make millions, Danielle. You don't just make millions, you make millionaires. Hey, I'm grateful every day that I win. Those who are watching and taking action also win big, right? So she's selling it as she's bringing in 2020 with a live masterclass. And I plan to create an online, if you plan to create an online course and want to see what's possible, hop on, right? So after reading this, wouldn't you be intrigued to hop onto that live course? But you see how she shows social proof. You know, she told you a little bit about what she did. She talked to you about the people who work with her. And by the time you got to the bottom, you're like, okay, you're halfway sold. But this is how you tell your story on social. And then you have a strong call to action so that people are prompt and really, you know, like want to just dive right in after they read it. So Gracia says, Tony, how often should you show your work? And if there are already photos, should one post it again? Yep. So if she shows her mango chutney 6 months ago, should she show it again? Absolutely. And I call that repurposing and reusing your post. So for example, you know, Wendy Williams, you know, had her Wendy Williams Experience weekend, right? January 26th. And, you know, that was the talk of the town. And I have a picture with Wendy Williams. So to flow right along with it, I posted my picture of Wendy Williams. And did it get a lot of engagement? Absolutely it did. And, you know, it's okay to repost, repurpose, and reuse and repost the same thing again. Sometimes what you might want to do is, if you posted months ago, you could delete it and then, you know, repost it all over again, because 6 months ago, you probably have gained some new followers. So your followers from 6 months ago, your new followers from the last time you posted that post didn't see it. So it's absolutely appropriate to repurpose it and reuse it.
And Tony, Facebook helps you with that. You know, you notice they say a year ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And when you repost one of their memories, you know, they usually bring up the memories.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, you would be surprised how many people who are your new people or end up raising the numbers of likes on it. So I see.
Yeah. So this is a great question from Vanessa. Vanessa would like to know, how can non-for-profits utilize social media to increase interest in their organization? She's a board member of an early childhood center. And you know what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to see if I can find one of my students, she has a daycare center, and I would love to show you how she utilizes social media to promote her daycare. So one of the things that I told her from the first time I met her was that, other people would like to start daycare centers. Why don't you create a book that you can sell to show people how they can open up daycare centers? So some of the things that she does, she promotes the booklet, like the playbook for a great daycare center. But one of the things she does is she promotes a lot of videos of her students, techniques that they use. A non-for-profit is usually built and created behind a cause. So one of the things that you can do is something, called cause marketing, right? So whatever that cause is about childhood development, what you're going to be doing is utilizing social media to promote, all of the education behind childhood development. So there's like so much that you can post as it relates to early childhood development. And the crazy thing about it is a lot of the stats, statistics, information, it doesn't even have to be yours. It could be curated content. If your non-for-profit, focuses on early childhood, you said you're on a board at an early childhood center. So everything related to early childhood is what you should be promoting. And you should definitely be focusing on the parents and things that can help them through, as it relates to growing children or children in that early childhood phase. There's just 1,000,001 different topics. So basically, if I were you, what I would do, and this is what I tell people, I like to set up content almost like an organizational structure, right? So you have the business at the head, right? And the business has its ultimate goals. And then you have subcategories of the business, and you could create subcategories as it relates to early childhood. Are you going to focus on, developmental needs, and you can have content that falls under that? Are you going to focus on, parenting needs, and you can have a whole bunch of content under that? Are you going to focus on, getting ready for the next phase, like moving from early childhood to teenage years, and you can focus on that? So there are like so many different niches. So you have the big niche of early childhood, but then you have all of these sub niches, and what you want your content to do is to really capture all of those sub niches. And there's so many things. There's stats, statistics, there's quotes from other people. There could be quotes and information from the leadership of the organization. You want to tell the story. Why was the non-for-profit started? There's so much that you could do, and I'm hoping that this makes sense. But, I like to tell people to look at your organization when it comes down to posting. Think of it like an org chart. And, you have your big niche, but then you have all of these subcategories, and you can pull content from all of these different subcategories. But as a nonprofit, you want to position yourself around the cause and, what the non-for-profit, how people will benefit. You said this is great. We are one of the oldest childhood centers in the country. So that's awesome. And I mean, and that's something to talk about, like, why are you one of the oldest early childhood centers in the country? Why were you able to sustain? How were you able to sustain yourself? What is the secret to your success? Are you looking to help other early childhood centers be successful? You could create your own playbook. That could be something that the nonprofit sells, right? As, a donation or something like that. For a donation, they can get their, early childhood center playbook so other people can create early childhood centers that can last for 100 years. So there's so much that you can do, and I'm glad you found it helpful. So these are the types of things that you want to include, that you want to post about, and that you want to include in your plans. And you must have a plan. And it's like I said before when I was speaking to one of my clients, I was saying that you can have, strategy, and you can have people to implement. And here's the thing that entrepreneurs face, because a lot of times you're going to find people who say, well, I'm into social media marketing. I can help you with your social media marketing. And then the question you have to ask them is, well, what are you going to help me with? Are you going to help me with the strategy and the plans, or are you going to help me with the implementation, right? So most people need people that's going to do both, but most social media marketers really are only about implementation. So basically, somebody will come to you and say, oh, I can do your social media marketing. But then what happens is they look to you to give them what they're going to just post out on social media. So they look to you to give them the information that they need to implement on. Right? But if you haven't taken the time out to really plan and create the strategy, then they cannot implement on anything. A lot of times, a good social media marketing person would really have to be intimately involved with you in your planning and your strategy, and they need to be partially in your head. They really need to have a full understanding of what you're looking to accomplish. If you just tell a social media person, like I said before, oh, I just want to increase my followers, I just want to get engagement, I just want more people liking my posts, I want to, just, I want to have more people, I want to build my followers, then, that's not really telling them much. And that's not really going to help them accomplish what you're really looking to accomplish. Because at the end of the day, they could spend so much time engaging people, commenting on other people's posts, reaching out to other people. But at the end of the day, you will ask them the question, well, I've just paid you $500. Okay, I have 100 more followers on Instagram, but I've just paid you $500 and I have 100 more followers, but I don't have $500, right? You paid $500. Yes, you have 100 or 1,000, even more followers, but you don't have $500. So at the end of the day, you really want your social media strategist to be able to say you spent $500 and you earned 1,000. But they can't do that for you unless you have the strategy and the plan. And remember what I said earlier, right? One of the things I said is that, hey, you can get more sales, right? Which is what we want. Or you could generate more leads, which is what we want as well, right? And if you can say, I spent $500, and guess what? This dress, I sold $1,000 worth of this dress, or I spent $500 and I sold $1,000 worth of vegan cakes. If you said I spent $500 and I was able to get, 100 people on my event, so I sold tickets. The social media strategist cannot get that for you unless you know what you want, unless you have a good strategy and a good plan. So for every month of the year, you have to know what you want, what your target is. If you want to sell, if you want to get more clients to come into your store, or you want to get more clients to, sign up as agents, or you want to get more people to sign on to sell their house, you have to know that before you can even sit down with someone to implement and execute a social media strategy, right? So there's two sides of it. There's the planning and the strategy side, and the implementation side. The implementation side is easy. But if your person don't know what they're implementing and why, then it's like garbage in is going to create garbage out, and it's going to be sunk costs that you're going to spend because you haven't laid out a clear, well thought out plan to give somebody to implement. So Julia Shaw says, should I buy social media ads? I am planning an online shopping event on social media. Should she buy social media ads? Because she's planning an online shopping event on social media. Well, that's an event. It's going to be live. If you're going to have people register for it, yeah, what I would do though, I would run a specific type of ad. So for example, if you're on Facebook and you're having that event, what I would do is I would create an event on Facebook for your event, right? We can create events. And what Facebook likes to do is they like to automatically promote events, because when people are coming and they're looking, they're like, oh, this event is happening, it helps people stay on the platform longer. And what I would do is I would promote the event that I've set up on Facebook versus, just running an ad to like maybe a Zoom registration link. So to me, I would do that, and I would test that up against taking a post and writing a long post about the ad, about the event, and boosting the post. So I would test those two things, and I would run like maybe ads for 3 days for $5 for each methodology, and I would see which one performs the best, and that's the one I would spend more money on. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. Yeah. So Vanessa is saying she's hoped that the presentation will be shared. It will be. But yeah, it's always a great idea to run ads to events. Now, what you're running your event for is very specific and very targeted. So I would really take a lot of time and start thinking about who I am going to want these ads to be in front of. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can take your list of past customers and you can create a custom audience from your past customers. And then what I would do with that custom audience of past customers, I would create a lookalike audience. And I would also, run ads to target those specific people as well. And then you can test all three. A suggested budget for testing, I would do $5 a day for testing. Once you find out what's really working, you just figure out what your budget is. You can spend $50 for 5 days or $100 for 5 days. You just figure it out, and figure it out in a way that really works for the amount of product you intend to sell, because you definitely don't want to spend more money than you intend to sell at your event. Okay. All right. So these are great questions. Great engagement. 5 days. I would give myself a 10-day, at least a 10-day launch pad, a 10 to 15-day launch pad before your event. Just 5 days before the event, I don't think that's enough. But I would give myself a good 10 to 15-day launch pad. The problem with most people, and then also too, it takes a long time. It takes like a day, 24 hours for, your ad to really, start warming up. You know, Facebook takes a little time to figure out, like, am I putting in front of the right people? So you don't want to give yourself 5 days for that, because the first couple of days are going to be lost with Facebook really learning like who they should put the ad in front of. So you want to make sure you always give yourself a good 10 to 15-day launch pad anytime it's an event or you're planning on running ads. You know, the problem with a lot of people is they wait till the last minute and then they don't get the good results. And that's because they haven't really given themselves enough time. Even when you put an ad together, Facebook will tell you that, like 4 or 5 days really work a lot better, because they know it takes time to warm up, So as you can see, with social media marketing, this really is about pushing traffic to your website, right? But as you can also see, when it comes down to taking people out of social media platforms, they don't like that. They don't like that. So I can tell you this, right? Facebook has created, you guys heard of the rooms, right? Facebook has created rooms. You guys know that if you're in a community, if you're in a group, Facebook now has rooms. And if you've ever utilized a room, you'll realize it looks almost just like Zoom. So if I were Julia and I was creating an event, what I would do is, I would set up the event, but I would also try to put as many people as I could in a group. And I would host the event in a group, in a room. And I would have, just those specific people that are into, what your product, which is like the Afrocentric vases, people who like that. So I would try to fill up a room full of people who like Afrocentric vases first. Then I would host my event, but I would host the event in the room, right? And that way, I tell you that, like Facebook loves that. Facebook loves it when you're keeping people, on the platform. And when you show them love, they show you love, right? You show them love, they show you love. You can even sell your product through the Facebook platform, So I would try to do everything kind of there and see what kind of results I would get from that, because that could be a beautiful thing. And you could have more than one event. You can have one inside the room and you can have one outside. And I would test and see which one does better. Because, like I said, we're so busy trying to get people out of the platform, and they're constantly putting new elements on the platform to keep people on it. So, when you work with them, they work with you. You can even actually sell tickets to your events through Facebook now. And, when you sell tickets to your events, it's almost like a win-win. It's free right now, but later on down the line, they're going to take a percentage of the sales, similar to Eventbrite. So what Facebook is looking to do right now is to compete with Eventbrite. So, it's just fascinating, what's going on with this stuff. So what we're going to move into now is, how to overcome that really just, disgusting thing that happens with the algorithm, where when you post out, great content, hardly anybody sees it. So we're going to talk about how to get over that and how to get algorithm love. How about that? So we're going to warm up the algorithm, and I'm going to show you what you can do to actually warm up that algorithm. You could do Julia asked a question, should she do a live event on Instagram when she's doing her Facebook event, or on a different day? You could do them all on the same day, because what most people do is they'll do the live event on Facebook on their laptop, and they'll do the Instagram live on their phone. So I would prop up and I would get I would get, one of those phone things that you could put on your desk, a phone holder, and I would go live on my phone and I would do it live on my computer. And you could talk to your people over here and your people over here, and your people will see you over here talking to your people on your computer. So I would do them both at the same time. Great question. All right, so let's warm up the algorithm. These are the things that the algorithm loves, okay? And we want to give the algorithm what it likes, because when we give the algorithm what it likes, our content really gets shared. The algorithm loves it when your content is shared, people comment on your content, and when people click, and when people like, right? So this is what the algorithm loves. And within the first hour of posting your posts, the Facebook algorithm and most platform algorithms will do this, because this is what an algorithm does. It'll check, are people liking this? Are people sharing this? Are people commenting? Are people watching? So it will check all of these things, almost similarly to when you enter in something on the Google search. You know how you have all of those web crawlers go searching for data really fast? Well, it has certain checks that it looks for. The same thing happens on these social media platforms. And you know what? If nobody is engaging and if people aren't liking and sharing and commenting, then you know what? Nothing's going to happen. But I'm going to tell you a quick little trick. The best way to get people to start commenting is to make sure that in your posts, you always ask a question. You always end it with a question. You know, a lot of times when you ask questions, people respond. And when you ask questions with pictures, like, have you ever seen people do okay, which outfit do you like best? A, B, C, or D? Which home do you like best? This is good for you, author. A, B, C, or D. What type of person are you? An apartment person, a townhouse, a condo, or a mansion? You know what I mean? Like, these types of things will build engagement. And as people are like saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Oh, you're a condo person? Guess what? I got these nice condos over here. You should check them out. You're a townhouse person? I got these nice townhouses over here. You should check it out. So these are the types of things that you want to do. You want to ask questions, because when you ask questions, people really, really begin to engage. And you should also ask the type of questions that will also provide market research to you, like market research for your business. Like Vera is into makeup, and you can say, are you a red lipstick kind of girl? What type of red lipstick kind of girl are you? The bright red, the dark red, the orange red, or the blood red? You know what I mean? And then just show the different colors on lips and see what people say, like, what kind of eyeshadow girl are you? And then show the different eyeshadows. And I mean, are you a blue eyeshadow, green eyeshadow, gold eyeshadow, silver eyeshadow? I mean, just ask questions. And I promise you, your engagement is going to start going through the roof. But when you ask those type of questions, that's also market research. Oh, you can really tear it up, because if they're a blood red and you have that hot blood red lipstick, Vera Moore, then you can really send them to your page and they can start buying it. So that's, and you could just respond to each person and, just keep it going. And I mean, it just works like wonders. Now, why do people share content? Because these are things you need to know. People share content because, they like to better the lives of others. So for example, if the woman, Vanessa, who has the nonprofit, is sharing great content about what moms can do to keep their babies calm, then guess what? If somebody sees that and they know a new mom, they're either going to share it or they're going to type the new mom's names in the post, in the comments, so that they can see it. And that's everything. People like to spread the word about things that they believe. If you're really into cause marketing and you have the early childhood center, and it's a great cause because what you're doing is helping the development of children, then people believe in that. They're going to share that. People also share things when they feel like having other people comment or engage. So like, if Vera does the bright orange red lipstick and they know somebody who loves bright orange red lipstick, they're going to forward it to their friend who loves the bright orange red lipstick. And people share content because they like to grow and nurture relationships as well. So these are the things that you keep in mind when you post. So the birthday hat. When it's your birthday, you guys know that people always comment when it's your birthday. They comment when it's your birthday. They also comment when you put like pictures of your family, right? And I hear people and entrepreneurs say all the time, oh my God, if I post something from my family, everybody says something. But if I post about my business, I get crickets. People just don't like to support your business. That's not true. That's not true at all. It's not that people don't like to support your business. It's that it's that social media don't really like you promoting your business, and the algorithm don't like it when you're promoting your business. They like it when you post pictures of your family because they know that people are going to spend time watching the pictures. They like it when it's your birthday because they know that people are going to take the time to wish you happy birthday. So they know that. Guess what? We could get more people to be on the platform. If we tell them it's their friend's birthday, then they're going to come on the platform and wish them happy birthday. So now what you have to do is you have to engage people when they say happy birthday. You have to engage people when they say nice things about your family photo. So when it's your birthday and everybody is saying happy birthday and it's somebody you haven't engaged with in a long time, you want to start a conversation. Oh my God, how you doing? How you been? And then make sure it's a back and forth, because once you open up that back and forth conversation, what's going to happen is the algorithm is going to open up so that now these people are going to start to see more of your posts. So when it's your birthday, when it's the family photos, use it as an opportunity to engage. And that's just really important because engagement is like everything. So there's 3 types of content that people love to engage with on social media. It's tips, tricks, and hacks. People love that, right? So if you have a tip on how to get red lipstick out of lipstick stains out of your clothes, that's a great thing to post that's complimentary and non-competitive to your business, right? People love memes and videos, and people love, oh my God, they love inspirational quotes. So put your birthday on your business page and family photos on your business page. Is this what you're recommending? Not necessarily so, but I don't think it's a bad thing to post your family on your business page. But your birthday is where you want to really start engaging those people that maybe haven't seen a lot of your posts in a long period of time. The way to get the algorithm to open up to them is if you engage them when they say happy birthday to you. Now, I am a firm believer that posting pictures of your family on your business page cannot hurt, because it shows that your brand is, it's a real person behind the brand. Unless you're a real private person, then maybe you might not want to do that. But I post pictures of my family on my personal, on my business page, because you know what, if it's Christmas and I took a picture with my girls, I'm going to say, you know what, Merry Christmas, everybody. I don't think it's a problem when I'm showing who I am and this is the person behind the brand. I think that's it's a good idea. It's not a bad thing to do. That's a good thing to do because people like to feel good. And you know what? I work with female entrepreneurs, and a lot of the female entrepreneurs that I work with also have children. So me posting about my children, that's a good thing. That cannot hurt my business at all. Great question. So before you post, some of the things that you might want to ask yourself is questions like, is this helpful, entertaining, or inspirational? Will this appeal to my ideal customer or client? Will it make them feel good, right? Will it make them feel good? That's important because people want to feel good. They want to feel inspired. They want to feel motivated. They want to feel good. Yeah, you guys have to do that. You have to make your people feel good. So, right now, here's how you're going to save time and here's how you're going to save money, right? So instead of taking the time to write a million different posts every day, why not take the time out, create a strategy, and create 4 good posts a week, and then boost those posts, like maybe with $7. So instead of just, like spending a lot of money on or spending a lot of money on a bunch of different things or spending a lot of time posting a bunch of different things, post one good thing a week and then maybe spend $7 to increase the engagement and get it out to more people. Just boost the post so that you can maybe get more people to your page, build awareness about your brand, and that will save you time and that will save you money because you won't be wasting money on stuff that don't work. And the ideal environment is where you have a plan and a strategy that you can implement in this way. So like this month is Women's History Month, right? You can be an entrepreneur that sells female clothes. And guess what? You may want to sell your favorite item this month or your top 4 best-selling items, right? And it's like in honor of Women's History Month, I want to share with you some of the things that our women absolutely love. And then each week you post one thing and you boost it over 7 days. And that's like so mind-blowingly easy and simple that I don't even understand why more people aren't doing that. And so instead of driving yourself crazy, think about what the strategy is going to be for the whole month and then just lay it out. It doesn't have to, it could be that one major post and the rest of the posts for the week could be silly stuff. It doesn't have to be anything all that deep, and you can curate content from like, if you guys aren't using like Post Planner, you definitely should use that because you can curate content from other websites and just have it, schedule it. It could take like 1 hour a day and you can schedule your posts for the whole month. And then your real strategy posts, you can schedule those for at the beginning of the week and boost them for 7 days. I mean, it doesn't have to be that deep and it can save you time and save you money. But when I hope that you guys are seeing that when you have the plan and the strategy, the implementation becomes easy. Is Post Planner an app? It is. You can look it up, postplanner.com. And I'm talking about postplanner.com, just like you hear it, postplanner.com. And it's an app that you can use to schedule your posts and curate content. And you can curate content that's related to your business, which is really cool. So this is how you save time. You get more engagement. You create a plan. You set specific goals. And then, you reverse engineer your process. You think, like, how did I do this? How was I doing this before? And that's how you want to do it now. You want to create content that warms up your algorithm. You want to create content that's useful, entertaining, and makes your audience feel good or feel inspired, right? Because a lot of times, you know, if you're showing them that you're getting results and you're helping other people get results, then what's going to end up happening is they're going to say, hey, I want results too, right? And then instead of posting every day like crazy, you can create one great, strong piece of content and spend $7 and increase your engagement and everything by running ads and really save yourself some time, money, and stress. But really and truly, it all starts with a great plan and a great strategy. And if you can spend some time doing that, you know, you really can win. And think about it, and this is something really cool that you can do too, because you can Google it. Every day is a day, right? Today is probably, I don't know, ice cream day, but every day of the calendar is National whatever day. National Ice Cream Day, National Bow Tie Day, National Sisters Day, National Mother's Day. You know, every day is a day. National Baseball Day. And you can create content around that that really is related to your business. That's fun, you know, and it just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of planning, a little bit of strategy. And once you've done that, and if you have a good social media person, so let me just tell you, any social media marketer that's worth their salt is going to force you. They're going to strap you down like a crazy person. And I mean, you know, like they cannot be effective without you, right? So they're going to really strap you down and get in your head and force you to do that strategy and that planning. Because if they don't, they can't do it without you. So, you know, forget about it. If you find somebody that says, I'm a social media marketer, I can help you with your social media, and then they, you know, never spend time with you, it don't work like that. They have to strap you down, spend time with you, get in your head, force you to pull it out, and then they can implement. Then they can go and create the beautiful post for you. They can design for you. They can implement for you, but they can't do it without you. So, you know that next time you try to hire somebody. Erica said that today was National Sons Day today. So imagine if you had a son or a grandson and it was National Sons Day, and you can post, you know, a picture of you and your son on your business page. That's, you know, that's pretty cool. And, you know, then if you, Melinda says she has a son, and then you can somehow tie that into your business. So for example, I know Althea is here. I know Althea has a son. Maybe her son one day helped her bake some cakes, and she can show pictures of her and her son in the kitchen baking cakes. And I mean, and now that's related to her business. You know what I mean? Like you just got to be creative about it, you know, and just spend some time really thinking about it and utilize the calendar and what's going on, so that you can create your plan and strategy and wrap it around, you know, national events and things that's going on. I mean, every month something is going on. Like, you know, you have March is Women's History. April is like, you know, usually it's around Easter. You have February is Valentine's Day and Black History Month. You have January is usually New Year, New You. You have May is Mother's Day. June is Father's Day, Juneteenth, and graduation. July is 4th of July and whatever else is going, and family reunions and stuff. August is like back to school, and September is the same thing. And there's always something going on. And Althea said, I do have pictures of me and my son baking at the kitchen. Well, post it, Althea. And then definitely give a shout out to one of your best-selling cakes and how people can get them. You know, so these are the types of things that you guys need to do. And I mean, honestly, social media marketing should be fun. It shouldn't be nerve-wracking. It shouldn't be overwhelming. It shouldn't be crazy time-consuming. It should be fun. you know, and the person that you have working with you, or if it's just you yourself, you should have fun pulling this stuff together. You know, it shouldn't, you know, like a lot of people think about it and they're like, oh my God, I just don't know what to do. It should be fun. And once it becomes fun for you and good vibes for you, then it's going to be good vibes for your people. And then, you know, the other thing that a lot of people don't do and should do is, you know, listen to what people are saying and definitely engage with them, because most of your business is going to come through you engaging with them. Don't wait for them to engage with you. A lot of times you have to engage with them. And that's where the magic really is going to begin. Yeah, and Rashira said is that a lot of people are using TikTok ads for branding. And I mean, TikTok is so much fun. And a lot of people, you see them just dancing to the beat, and then you see them point here, point there, point here, point there. And then they have a caption here, caption there, caption here, caption there. But you know, that takes a little bit of video editing. And I mean, and you know, for like people like me, they don't have time for all of that video editing. So a lot of people, you know, they know how to do it. There are a lot of tricks and tips and apps that can help you with it. And if I find a really good one, I'll let everybody know. But I tell you, you know, TikTok could be a little bit of work. So there's a little bit of production in that, unless it's just you just dancing. I don't know. That could be fun too. So think about it. But this is how you can get in contact with me. And I hope that all of this stuff makes sense. I'm going to take some time and take some questions, but this is how you can get in contact with me, with Brian and Harry, and definitely York CBDC. And if you need help, you definitely want to become a client of York CBDC so that we can, you know, we have students that are available to help you. And oh, I'm telling you, boy, they have some really good interns too. They are awesome. And, you know, with my supervision and Brian's supervision, and when you sign up as a client, we can get these students to, you know, help you. We have some of you guys in the pipeline that we're going to be helping you get your Etsy stores started up. So we're really excited about that. But definitely get in contact with York CBDC, and this is the information that you can use to contact us. So I'm going to stop my screen share. And Rashira says she could use the summer intern. Sign up with York CBDC, and we'll definitely see what we can do to help you, right, Brian? So do you guys have any questions about the information?
Yes.
Yeah, any questions about this information? Because, you know, I hope that you can see how social media does not have to be a drag. It really could be lots of fun. And when you have the plan and a strategy, the implementation is easy. Yeah. So Sylvia says, I have a TikTok account, but I have a young niece who's 16 years old handling her TikTok account. Well, that's good. And, you know, you all need a young person to handle TikTok. When I talk about all of that stuff and doing TikTok videos, my kids just tell me, Mom, please don't embarrass me. Oh God, Sylvia said my son is on TikTok, but I don't have the patience. But he doesn't have the patience to deal with me. Yeah, I understand that. But any questions, you guys? We have about 10 minutes and we can answer your questions. So if you have any questions about the information, anything, I'm going to put in, let me see, for everybody. This is the name of the tool that I was talking about. It's Post Planner. It's just like it's written. But here are some other tools that you can use for sharing. You could use Hootsuite. Hootsuite.com is another one. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them that you can use to schedule your post. But I like Post Planner. Post Planner definitely does increase engagement. One of the things that it says that, oh, we increase engagement by like over 300%. And I found that when I shared a lot of the content off of Post Planner, it actually does. And I mean, and you know, if you want quotes, if you want marketing articles, it really is a site that curates content for you. And it will curate means. And what I mean by curate content is that it will find content for you to post on social media. And then you can set it to go across multiple social media platforms as well. So it makes life really easy for you. And if you just want that fun content that you don't have to think about, then use Post Planner. But for the serious content that, you know, really is wrapped around your business goals, then that's what you're going to use for your strategy and your plan. And you really only need 4 really good strategy posts a month. And the rest could just be fun stuff. Makes sense?
Mhm.
So Tony, also with when you mentioned about the likes, you know, sometimes I know for LinkedIn, with maybe not on Facebook, but on LinkedIn, they're really strong with the likes. I don't like the emojis because it doesn't really relate to how you feel. You know, social, I mean, Facebook is so much better in working with the emojis. But with LinkedIn, whatever you like, they keep it in your profile activity. So God forbid you like something because you really, you know, want it out there, but because you like it, based on the nature of what you like, they lock it into your activity content. So somebody, you know, looking at you, your boss or whatever they want to do, they go into your activity to see the kind of stuff that you like. So that's why on LinkedIn, people are very skimpy with their likes because LinkedIn would tell everything that you do. But one of the things that it will do is that if you comment on somebody else's post, automatically people who are also in that post, you will see them looking at your profile within a couple of hours. So you get that sort of awareness, people being aware of you because you just show up with a like or just a comment. On Facebook, it's like that, but you don't see the people who, it's more private. You can't see who's really looking at your profile or, you know.
You can see the people who like your stuff.
No,
All
no,
you have to do is click on the like button, you know, like where you see all of the different emojis, and it will show you who gave you the sad face, who gave you the heart, who
yes.
gave you so it shows you.
Right. But that's not, yeah, I know it does, but I'm saying looking at your profile, there's a difference between like, and if I want to check out Tony Coleman Brown, I won't check her out on LinkedIn because she will know I'm checking her out. I will check her out on Facebook because she will never know I'm checking her out. You understand? But if I do yes, I can see who likes, you know?
Yeah.
When that post is gone, it's not sitting in your profile. It's not on history. It has to go in there. So I still like that.
Well, LinkedIn is a different type of platform, but you know, it's gotten spicy. I mean, and it's gotten a lot more social than it has been in the past. It's gotten a lot spicier since the summer with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. But you know, LinkedIn is more of a business and professional profile. But at the end of the day, if you have that type of business where you are looking for more professional people, I definitely would say that LinkedIn is the platform for you. And, you know, like I had said before, a lot of people, when they first go on social media, they think they need to be on all platforms, and they should not. Like I have a client who is a career coach. And as a career coach, I told her that your platform is LinkedIn. It's not any other platform. It is LinkedIn, because those are the people that are serious about their careers and that are looking for help with their careers. So when you're starting out, and, you know, for instance, if you are someone who sells clothes, or you're someone who really, you know, like Althea, I would really spend a lot of time on Instagram and, you know, platforms that Instagram is a platform for really a lot of pictures and things like that. Facebook is a platform for a lot of different things, but Facebook loves video. So if you want to go live a lot, I would use Facebook. Also, LinkedIn is a platform for more professional people, but it has also adopted a lot of the things that the other platforms have adopted as well. So now you can go live on LinkedIn. But I mean, I wouldn't be on LinkedIn doing all kinds of foolishness. I would be on LinkedIn talking about serious topics,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know. So, if you're looking to attract other small businesses, then, maybe you might want to be on LinkedIn for business to business because they're business owners of all sizes on LinkedIn. And if you are the type of person who sells clothes and whatnot, I would definitely have a Pinterest account. And if you're someone who is educating the marketplace, I would definitely have, if you do how-tos on anything, how to make money, how to braid hair, how to whatever, I would definitely cut YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And what I would do is I would repurpose and reuse them, because just like the IG account that I showed you that had the pictures of the hair braids, those weren't really pictures, those were actually videos. I would repurpose and reuse those videos and build a YouTube channel. And so, like, it's all about repurposing and reusing. If you do Facebook Lives, I would download the video from Facebook and upload it on YouTube. It's all about repurposing and reusing the content. So, like, as you are strategizing your 4 major pieces of content that you want to produce each month, I would also make plans for what platforms I want to use that content on. So that's important as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. You said so many awesome things, especially website developers, social media individuals. They really need to get in your head, and that's why so many small businesses struggle, because if they're very small and they themselves don't really have a strategy plan and know really what they want, they can't really help the web designer, neither can they help the social media person. So those two, if they're very A players, they will just take over your business and just do what they want to do. And then you say, no, that's not it. But if they take the time and spend at least a year with you, they begin to figure out exactly what your rhythm is after a while, and then they can really do a good job if they communicate that readily front.
I have a question. I think this is from Sylvia. The question is, how do you break the ice with Twitter, which has been difficult for me? My question for you would be, why do you want to be on Twitter? And, is that where your people are? But if you want to break the ice in Twitter, then you utilize Twitter, and it depends on the engagement and followers depending on.
Hi.
Yeah, Sylvia.
Hi, so sorry. Hi, good evening, everyone. Miss Winnie, can I chime in? Because there's a reason why I'm joining Twitter.
Yeah, this is Tony and Brian's platform. So
yes, Sylvia.
Tony's.
Yeah, Sylvia.
Boy.
You can chime in, but yeah, Twitter is more for news and journalism. That is right. But what you want to understand about Twitter is that you need to have a hashtag strategy for Twitter, because that's how you're going to get the followers, and that's how you're going to get people to notice you and what you're about and all of that stuff. So, I would look at the hashtag trends and somehow try to incorporate what's trending on Twitter into my content as well, so that I could utilize some of those same hashtags that people are searching. But go ahead and say what you want to say, Sylvia.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. No, I totally agree with you. Nothing wrong with what you said. You're just trying to break the ice, because I've been good with with the other platform, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, especially TikTok. I'm getting some traction, definitely. TikTok. What did I say? TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We just started our YouTube page. What other? And LinkedIn. So Twitter is the one that I'm trying to figure out. So it's really been difficult. Even if we have a social media team, And it's still like work. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the only one doing it. I have a social media team behind it that's doing it. So I was trying to engage more followers and more of the topics, because the people that we're following also on TikTok. I'm not TikTok, I'm sorry, Twitter. So I'm trying to get that engagement and get that connection. And that's my only one that I haven't, been able to, it's slow. It's getting traction, but it's just slow. And I kind of want to know, how can I expedite, especially with my upcoming Women's History Month event?
Well,
So
why don't you start having like Twitter chats? Because that's what a lot of people that build their Twitter platform, they tend to engage people with Twitter chats. So you can do that, and that can, help people as well to start really, learning what you're about. But what I would do is, like, I would figure out
Twitter chat. Oh my God. Like,
well, what I would say? I would say, if you really want to know, I would go to the good old school of YouTube and I would type it in, and you probably get a good video that will show you exactly what the steps are to do it. But basically, what I would do as it relates to Twitter is I would just get a platform like, like a Hootsuite or something like that. And everything that I create, I would just make sure that it's also going to Twitter, and I would include some hashtags in there. It's okay to include hashtags on all of the social media platform, because hashtagging is a big deal, and people are finding.
YouTube as well? You could do hashtag on YouTube as well?
You can put hashtags on YouTube in the description. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can do that. So I would definitely get into hashtagging if you really want to build on Twitter. So yeah.
Well, my God, like, this is just so much work. This is
Sylvia,
it's
you
like a
weren't even
job.
listening. You weren't even listening to what I said. I'm gonna mute you. You wasn't listening to what I said. You did not listen to anything that I said tonight. If you are making that comment, you did not listen to one thing I said tonight. Because basically, I showed you how you can save time and save money. You don't have to post a lot, and just get, one of those tools like Hootsuite or Post Planner. And all you have to do is post it out one time, and it'll spread it across all of the different platforms. It's not that hard. It's not
I hear you. It's just the talk of it. It's just like, it just overwhelms my head, but I get it. I'll have them do it, because it's like the more and more I'm doing, like with my social media team, and they're like, Sylvia, like, what now? Like, really?
I think that what you have, I spoke to you, Sylvia. I think what you have are a lot of ideas, and I just think you should narrow them down and really focus. Like, once you narrow down all of the things, and with your social media team, just throw everything out there, but don't let everything stick. Right. Throw it all out there, and then figure out which ones are the best ideas, and just go with that. Because don't throw it all out there and say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that, and your social media team has to say, you know what, that's not the best thing. Let's figure out what's the best of all your ideas, and let's roll with that.
No, they stopped me.
That's good. That's good. All right.
That's what I have the team for. I get it. They stopped me. They put me in my place. So I get it from time to time. But thank you so much for this.
You're welcome.
But, yeah. Thank you. This is such great, information, informative for everyone here to really take their business to another level. This is more of a digital presence as far as what we're going on right now with our business now with the COVID and everything. So everything's pushing more digital. So it's just something that we have to do, and, just to keep up,
Yeah, for sure.
Maintain and sustain what we're doing. So thank you so much, Tony.
You're
once
welcome.
Again.
Yes, you're welcome, dear. You're welcome.
And thank you for the referral. That's working out.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I'm so glad.
Yes. We'll talk. We'll connect. But it's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because
Yes.
yeah, and so Sylvia contacted me and we were talking about event management. I said, event management is not my thing, but I'm going to tell you somebody that I know that can help you. And I gave her a good referral. So that's good. I'm
Yes,
glad.
yes. She talked very highly of you and thank you.
Yeah.
I know that we've been so busy since then. I haven't been able to say thank you again.
You're
But now that,
welcome.
now that you're here, it's a good opportunity to say that. So it's really
Awesome.
been very nice woman, and it's good. It's good.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Great. Awesome. And that's the wonderful thing about being in business. You know when to stay in your lane. But thank you guys. I'm going to turn it back over to Brian. We're at
Thank you. I'm gonna mute
8:33.
myself. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. We're at 8:33. This has been awesome. I'm glad. Great feedback, great questions, great engagement. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Brian, to close us out.
Thank you, Tony. Great job. So Sylvia and all the other attendees, please look out for these follow-up emails, and then follow the instruction to sign up as SBDC clients so that we could help you in how to create an effective social media plan.
Oh,
Okay,
awesome.
so
Thank you so much, Brian.
okay, so thank you, Tony, for presenting today. And
You're
thank you,
welcome.
everybody, for attending. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks again, Tony. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you so
Bye,
much, Tony. Thank you,
everybody.
Brian. Thank you,
Thank
Whitney.
you, everyone. Have a
Once
blessed